a few red apples falling from the same tree. They're all wondering why one skin is green. Cause I can't put no coins in your cup. Cause I'm still trying to work my way up. And never meant to show you no love. But this can't be about you, this can't be about you. You gotta let me go, gotta let this bird flow. Make it fast, not slow, it's the path I chose. Feel it in my soul, and I'm so thankful. Oh, 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 oh. You gotta let me go, gotta let this bird flow. Make it fast, not slow, it's the path I chose. Feel it in my soul, and I'm so thankful. Oh, 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 oh. I'm here by the skin of my teeth, and you can't keep tugging my sleeve. What I make we can eat. This just can't be about you, this can't be about you. You gotta let me go, gotta let this bird flow. Make it fast, not slow, it's the path I chose. Feel it in my soul, and I'm so thankful. Oh, 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 oh.
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode, Underground Railroad Productions. This your host, Brother Rich. I'm here with the Blue Pill. All right, that's you
Peace.
You dressed in the paranormal garb. He just blessed me with the hat real quick.
Yeah, that's that Dogon, that deep space Dogon. You know what I'm saying? For my people trying to trace their cosmic origins back to their extraterrestrial roots. Do your research. Sirius A, B, and C. All right, that Dogon aesthetic is on aparanormal.com. Yes, indeed.
Indeed. I'm gonna put that link in the description for those who are interested in representing their culture. I want to talk to you today, Blue Pill. There's a situation where that I've seen it happen over and over again in my life since I was young. You know, just watching the older cats and the OGs go through it when they give their all to a corporation. You know, they shed blood for organization
Or a collective, a street organization, or a corporate organization.
It could be a gang, it could be the Bloods. It could be, you know, but just organization in general. And they just get shitted on. They just, you know, they get thrown out. They get, you know,
They get discarded.
They get discarded.
Yes.
And I want to talk about Charles Oakley today. And the reason why is because when I was young, watching him and how he maneuvered with the Knicks and watching basketball, being a basketball fan, he embodied toughness, New York, masculinity. He embodied
Oak was a man.
Yeah,
You feel
man.
me? Oak was a man.
Like you don't fuck with Oak on or off the court. And players learn that the hard way, including Charles Barkley. A lot of players learn that the hard way.
You don't fuck with Oak.
Nah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
So he's one of them, you know, like them.
Oak ain't for the okie doke.
Yeah. When we have them heroes, them alpha heroes that we need, you know, Oak was it. He defined that. So with that being said, man, everybody done seen the fight at this point. I don't know if you want to call it a fight. They
Scuffle, right?
Yeah,
Altercation.
Altercation at MSG. He sat down for no longer than 4 minutes, and he got approached by like 15 security guards. I mean, it looked like the way they approached him. If somebody come up to you and approach you with 15, circle you with 15 cats, obviously you gonna think,
Yeah.
you gonna think something. You ain't just gonna sit there all calm. You gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is up? So, you know, he starts pushing and asking them what the problem is, da-da-da-da. They take him, drag him out MSG. He ends up falling on the floor. They press charges on him. I mean, it was just a bad look. What I want to talk about afterwards, the owner, James, is it James Dolan? Dolan. Yeah, so Dolan threw him under the bus. Said he was abrasive, he was aggressive, he was violent, he was abusive,
Belligerent.
he was drunk. I mean, he said he's never invited back there again. He's banned. I mean, it is like for a man that spent. Well, let me just read what Dwayne Wade said. This is another basketball player. 10 years, O gave everything he had for this organization, and the image everyone will be left with won't be this picture. It will be the image of him being taken down to the ground last night in the same arena he gave all to as a player by the guards. This could happen to any of us. Hashtag stay woke. We are not above this treatment. So by reading that, it's like, yo, players is like starting to look at it like, because remember back in the day, players had loyalty for these teams. They're like, I want to leave the team, but I can't. So when LeBron did shit like leave Cleveland or these new players just leaving, they're like,
Durant.
It's unheard of. They're like, what are you doing? Where's your loyalty to the team? And they're like, man, fuck the team. This is a business. So talk to me about being loyal to a corporation, Blue. Is there something wrong with that, my brother?
We would identify that as brand loyalty, right? You know what I'm saying? You become part of the corporate machine and you embody that brand. So we saw it with the Magic Johnsons of the world. We saw it with the Birds of the world. We saw it with the Michael Jordans.
Right.
The players were always synonymous with the team. They were one in one with the brand. We don't see that sort of loyalty anymore. You know what I'm saying? The players are quick to discard these brands for another brand. You know what I mean? It's about the check. They're chasing the biggest check or a corporate endorsement that's outside of the team structure or the organizational structure. I see it more so. It's a throwback to what we're all suffering from in various communities dealing with individualism. All right. So the collective spirit, that team spirit is no longer there when people come up, with their partners in these teams or, even at a corporate level, when you come in with your administration and you vow to have an initiative that you are going to embark on and you're like, look, we're all here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make this happen. We don't see the finish of administrations anymore, whether it be politics or sports. And a lot of this stuff is, it's relatively 5 to 10 years old. It's all post 9/11 stuff. You know what I'm saying? Think about the Obama administration. Rahm Emanuel and David Axelrod and, you know what I'm saying? A lot of his key players, they left. They abandoned him. You know what I'm saying? The other people, the Van Joneses and stuff like that, they got sacked. You know what I mean? They took those people out of the picture, just to single on the individual so they could target the individual. So with the sports organizations, what we're seeing is these people rarely have the opportunity to create chemistry amongst a unit. You know what I mean? I think that with LeBron leaving Miami, more so than Cleveland, he's the one that finalized it and broke that structure to pieces. Because in Miami, they had core unit formed around a central player. You know what I'm saying? You had your Bosh and you had the Ray Allens and you had all of these key players that were there for one specific reason, but not as individuals. They were there for the chip, for the organization. They wasn't necessarily there for LeBron. They gathered around a captain, but the loyalty was to the organization. Remember, they were loyal to Pat Riley. You know what I'm saying? In the Laker days, people were coming because they were loyal to Phil Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Even when he was on the Bulls, the central key player was Michael Jordan in that dynamic, or Kobe in that dynamic. So the team player is responsible for always maintaining a particular pedigree of positivity amongst the team and reminding the team of why they're there, what they're playing for. And they can vicariously see the chip through your eyes, but they're going to assist you in getting there. But they're there for the Phil Jacksons, the Pat Rileys, or the overall organization. You know what I'm saying? That's how, when I was growing up and looking at sports, these players came in and they were proud to don the jersey and the helmets of these organizations. And that's what they was putting on for. They wasn't putting on for them to be individuals. They were there for the collective team spirit. And like I said, post 9/11, in the last 5 or 10 years, we've seen the opposite, and it all kind of like hit a crescendo when LeBron left Miami.
So why do you think when the organization, if you working for a job and it's time for them to fire you, is often this perception that, well, you know, it's just business, don't take it personal. But if you're working on that same job and you leave without a 30-day notice, just one day you just walk in the job and you say, yo, I'm not gonna work here no more, I'm out, da-da-da. They're gonna be like, oh my God, how
can you do this?
How can you do that? So unprofessional.
Yeah.
After all we've done for you.
That's all we've done for you.
Oh my God.
You know what type of situation this puts the organization in? You're not thinking about the organization first, you're putting yourself. That's so selfish of you.
Yo, it's crazy, and it happens. I've seen it, not with myself, but with others. So it's on the basketball court, but it transcends that. Why is it that way?
I mean, let's just strip shit down. Okay, we're talking capitalism at the end of the day. If we're talking corporate in America, we're talking capitalism. So we're talking high-tech pimp and hoe. All right, you know what I'm saying? We're talking high-tech pimp and hoe structure. You feel me? So, you know, the pimp wanted 2-week notice so he could get his bras up. You know what I'm saying?
But
he could go digging and get his lineup.
But
you don't get a 2-week notice. Your ass is out of there. It's the same way. It's like, come on, how you gonna do me like that? All that I done for you? It's the same thing if you strip it away. Just look at it for what it is. And the loyalty with the organizations, you know, whether they be sports organizations, $40 million slave. It's a pimp and hoe situation. You're getting fucking peanuts, you know, but you're glorified. Those peanuts are glorified, you know, but compared to the $40 billion that the owners are making in a year and you walking away with $40 million, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you amongst thousandaires and shit like that, you could put on. So there's a hierarchical pecking order. The whole shit has a hierarchical pecking order as well. You feel me? There's high-class hoes and there's low-class hoes. Then there's ones that straddle in the middle. You feel me? So that's all we talking about here at the end of the day. Real talk. We making this shit sound cute by putting all of the ideology on it, but it's pimp and hoe. Bottom line. Shout out to Tyreek.
I mean, so should there be some type of loyalty, do you feel? To somebody that, you know, you asked out, you need a job, you ain't got a job, this person hires you. Should there be some type of loyalty to whatever company you choose to work for, or should it just be, you know, I'm going to take the best opportunity that presents itself?
It all depends on how your pimp treats you. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on how your pimp make you feel, because it's psychological at the end of the day. It's all about them getting in your head and making you feel in a way to say, I can't do that to them. They've done so much for me. You know what I'm saying? They gave me a job when I was looking for one. Nigga, that's what they supposed to do. They're hiring. You feel me? If you qualify, you're getting hired. They may have bent the rules a little to get you in there. But, you know, like I said, then we got to go back to explaining to people with income taxes and all these other derivatives the companies are making off of you. They are pimping you. You feel me? Some of them put the condom on, and some of them is no Vaseline. So if you the type that likes to kiss and the roses and shit, you know what I'm saying? You like to be caressed, then, you know what I'm saying? Then you need to owe it up. Like, your loyalty should be in a different place, you know? But if your shit is just raw like that and you realize what the dynamic is, then, yeah, you can pull out with no kissing, just, you know. At the end of the day, you're gonna be replaced. You're not gonna be a detriment to the situation where the whole fucking corporation is gonna collapse. You're just gonna get a negative review. You know, that shit might follow you wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? And you might make it worse for the next hoe that comes behind you. Mm-hmm. And this is no disrespect to people that's participating in the system, of course.
Is the situation another situation that it might be kind of similar? I don't know, but I want to ask you the situation with Jim Jones. Would you compare that to the Oakley situation where he left his team that we all grew up on, listened to Dipset, and now he's with Rock Nation. Is that a situation where people are like, because some people are like, damn, he's not loyal to Dipset. Is there something wrong with that in your eyes?
I think that on the street level, you know what I'm saying? Because it's interesting that you speak on that. And I want to elaborate when I speak about the pimp hoe ideology, okay? Now, let's take it all the way back to the root. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a little hip-hop historical on people here. Because all of this stems from family tree business. Because this is family business. So let's look at the family tree, if you will. Let's look at how deep this pimp hoe dynamic goes, right? Clive Davis fucked Andre Harrell. Maybe literally. I don't know. But we're talking about in a sense of contractually. You know what I'm saying? Or this is somebody who showed and gave him the game. So Clive fucks Andre. Andre brings Puff in. Andre's fucking Puff, right? Or let's just say he's fucking his mind in regards to showing him, look, this is how you do contracts. This is how we do artists. This is the industry standard. I learned this from this old Jewish man who must have learned it from, you know what I'm saying, whatever other Jewish mobsters were in the business teaching him. This is how we fuck niggas forever. You know what I'm saying? This is how we break these bucks. This slavery shit is on and popping in this music industry. Okay? So, Andre's fucking Puff. Okay? Puff brings Big in. Puff's fucking Big. Okay? Big learns the system. Big teaches it to Undias. Cameron comes in. Undias fucking Cam. All right? Cam gets an opportunity to implement the system and do something different. He can't. Right? He's married to the game. Cam's fucking Jimmy. Jimmy turns around and gets the contracts. Jimmy's fucking Stacks. Jimmy's fucking Max. Jimmy's fucking Bird Gang. And it goes on and on and on. You feel me? No one ever broke the cycle to say, look, I have the ability to do business different, where it's not going to be capitalistic in a sense where there's this vampirish energy attached and involved with it, this parasitical energy where I'm creating paper slaves on top of people who's already paper slaves. You feel me? And we're going to exploit this person's talents. But I'm standing next to this dude and, you know what I mean? This is supposed to be my day one. And, you know, but now that it gets into the corporate sense of things, then it has to be this inherent disloyalty that goes along with it. And that's just based on the industry dynamics. And again, that's the undergirdings of capitalism. So, are there different ways to do it? There are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too many people that are getting equitable deals out there these days. I heard Master P was doing his artist kind of okay. You feel me? You know what I mean? So Jim goes through this entire process, you know, and according to what's being said by way of the interviews, he's saying that Cam was fucking him. Cam saying, I ain't had no paperwork on this dude, so how could I have been fucking him? You know what I'm saying? But there's accusations that he said he was being cheated out of millions or cheated out of whatever he felt was due to him based on his loyalty for the corporation. Dipset is a LLC. It's a corporation. It might be a street organization at the end of the day, but what does this shit always come back to? Paperwork. That's what they up there talking about. That's what we've been telling y'all about. It's all about the paperwork at the end of the day. All that other shit is a facade. Now, what's even more interesting to me is both of these grown men, 40-plus-year-olds, are on TV telling you we fabricated, you know, this shit to the best of our abilities. This street persona that we had, you know what I'm saying? We fabricated it. I was just a ball player. Some was just somebody I knew from my building. You know what I mean? We got into the game. We surrounded ourselves with shooters and hitters and what have you, and other street dudes clicked up and, you know, made some soundtracks that pretty much turned New York City out and the rest of the world by way of that. And here we are. You know what I mean? We can't find loyalty amongst ourselves. So Jim is like, I'm going to take my act over to Rock Nation. You know what I mean? And of course, people that know about that story and that situation, they see where the accusations of disloyalty could come in, you know. But then, you know, there's also people on the other side that's like, look, just like some was saying, you 40 plus. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have it together at this point, this is your last try at it. You know what I mean? This is your last opportunity, you know. And then it's going to come into question where this organization or this corporation, Rock Nation, is supposed to be able to do something for this individual who is bringing whatever they're bringing to the table and signing it over to say, look, you know what I mean? I'm putting this in your hands, make this happen. Now, should they be concerned about this person's loyalty to their brand? I would think so. You know what I'm saying? I would think so. And it's interesting, like we're talking about, you know, even with the rap stuff, like the rap situations, you know, on the surface as fans, as we look at it, the brand loyalty was always about these cliques and these street organizations, but the brand loyalty was always about the corporate aspect. You know what I'm saying? The brand loyalty was like, you're going to throw that rock up. That's a corporation. You're going to throw on this motherfucking Cash Money chain. That's a corporation. You rough riding. That's a corporation. Bad Boy. That's a corporation. You know what I'm saying? The way that it's packaged and sold to the people is sold as a street organization. It's sold as a street movement, quote unquote. But these are corporations. These corporations got write-off. They doing their taxes. You feel me? Like, this shit is corporate. And they're selling you the illusion of that. And you're buying it. So, very, very interesting. But I do see correlations to it. You know, pecking orders. Like I said, it's pimping and hoeing on every level. That's where we at. Like, are y'all fighting the motherfucking concept at this point? Yet and still? Trump will remind you, okay? This is a pimp and hoe dynamic for real that we dealing with. You understand? Real fucking talk. Or master and a slave if that makes you more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? If that rattles your feathers and shit like that, gets you moving, okay? That's all you're being told.
I mean, when you see the move Jim made, going from Dipset to Rock Nation, somebody who he allegedly had beef with at an early age in his life, or even with the example with Trump, when you see somebody like a Ben Carson who claims to be this Christian, I'm a Christian man, but now he's under Trump's, he's right under Trump. Yeah.
He's under his deodorant.
Right, for some urban development or something like that. Is that a sign of weakness to you in a man, or is that a sign of a man who has no ego and is just willing to do what he has to do?
Very interesting question. Shout out to my brother God King. We was having this conversation the other day, you know what I'm saying? And he was speaking to me about the question kind of was posed to me of, can you see more of the manhood in Jimmy by crying and being vulnerable, as opposed to the younger Jimmy that was somewhat more hyper masculine? You know what I'm saying? Especially in this day and age that we live in, juxtaposed against what we're seeing, what we're looking at in regards to hyper masculinity. Does anybody want to be Trump? Because that's hyper masculinity. That's what that shit looks like. This is your grand opportunity to hold up a mirror and be like, look, this is what this looks like. You can get with this or you can get with that. You feel me? So looking at Jimmy and kind of where he was at, where we know now more so it was a facade. He was putting on for the people. That wasn't really him. That wasn't his signature. What we saw in Hot 97, that's more so who he is. I think the brother's I think he's a Cancer. You know what I'm saying? Highly emotional. We can see his concern is pretty much with home. He's into holding his whiz down, Chrissy, and providing that dynamic for her. And I think that he has a life decision to make. He's at a crossroad, and I don't really think that it's not fair to say going from Dipset to Rock Nation. Like, he hasn't been on Dipset. Dipset hasn't been a thing for a while, since like for a long time. You know what I mean? So that's a brand that he doesn't necessarily yield any brand loyalty to anymore because that brand is no longer in operation as we know it. You know what I'm saying? Just through symbolism does that brand exist. You know what I'm saying? That's like somebody walking around with a Lehman Brothers shirt on. Like, that corporation is not in existence. Probably has some great memories of it. You feel me? But that shit ain't here no more. So it's the same thing with Dipset. And I think that as a 40-plus-year-old man, he should be able to live his life as an example, to be like, no, we didn't really have no real problems. That wasn't no real beef. You know what I'm saying? And these men, in some aspects, are exemplifying the ability to grow up. And in other aspects, you know, there's still immaturity that we're seeing. James Dolan is showing a lot of immaturity in the situation with Oak. You know what I'm saying? And like we was talking about hypermasculinity versus vulnerability, and you know what I'm saying, a more laid back aspect about how men are approaching things in these days and times. The Oakley that we knew in our youth, he'll be going off. You know what I'm saying? According to what you're telling me, Oakley has handled this totally different. He's a lot more compliant with whatever is taking place. He's approaching it with a level head, you know? So we're seeing, still getting an opportunity to see, you know what I'm saying, these men coming to themselves, coming to, you know, that aspect of whatever their version of this developed masculinity that they represent looks like, you know? I don't know too much about James Dolan, but there seemed to be a lot of, you know, insecurity. You know, he's on his Trump shit. You feel me? Like, you're going to get dragged out of the venue if I don't agree with you, and thrown on your head. Don't matter how much you've put on for this organization. You're critical of me, and I don't like the criticism. I can't deal with that. I don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Get this nigga up out of here.
Never even gave Pat Ewing an assistant coach job.
None of that.
Nothing.
I don't see Starks there. You know what I mean? It's a lot of dudes. Like, Mark Jackson is coaching. Like, why has he never came back to the Garden? And so I don't know the inner politics. I just know that a lot of players don't like Dolan. He's the son of the owner that they know. They don't really know him. You know what I'm saying? He's a lap, like, they don't like him. They don't really pump with him like that. So he's consolidating power, though. You know what I mean? And it's by any means. Like I said, he's on his Trump shit. So expect a lot more of, you know, you're going to see owners really flexing. You're going to see Mark Cuban flexing before the year is out. You're going to see a lot of these dudes who have already shown certain proclivities, because you've seen it with homie from the Clippers, with Sterling. You've seen how these owners think, and not too many of them condemned him. That's the owner mentality. These niggas run plantations. All right? So, yeah.
Last question, Blue. Do you think these corporations, because of the internet era, and because of, let's just say like Gucci, there was a lot of brand loyalty to Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Polo, all of these brands. And as Instagram picks up, people won't wear certain clothes because they're like, I'm not promoting these dudes shit for free. I'm not going to be these dudes. I'm going to promote my own thing. So they come out with their own line of paranormal. They not wearing the Gucci saying I'm fly to wearing Gucci. So do you see these organizations dying out because of this, because of the social media, and because of the gatekeepers are no longer around? Do you see them dying out?
You ask excellent questions, brother.
Thank you,
I don't know if
brother.
everybody told you that. I like the way that you segued that. And I'm trying to grasp in my mind what I saw recently on Instagram that spoke to the very thing that you're speaking of, where somebody was like, nah, I'm not doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, yes, I do think that people are coming more into the knowledge of what branding means. You know what I'm saying? And the abilities that they have as a self-brand. And I think that the things that sometimes we might be more critical of in society, these are the things that are speaking to them subconsciously, like the Kardashians. Okay? As much as we want to hate and or much as people, because I don't be hating on them, but as much as people, I just,
Paranormal.com. I just had to show y'all that.
We tell it like it is. I don't consider that hating, but some people really be in their feelings about the Kardashians. But if nothing else, what the Kardashians have taught is the ability to create a self-marketing brand.
That's a good example.
Brand yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if you are gonna throw that shit on, make them pay. People were able to see it with Michelle Obama's brands. You know what I'm saying? But she worked, I'm sure, in unison with them. It was a collaborative effort. I don't think she was just throwing shit on and, you know what I mean? She wasn't receiving nothing in return. Like, this is serious business. They showing you with the Ivanka Trump and all of that. Like, branding is serious. Plugs and all of that. That shit can go very far. You know what I mean? And negative publicity can tank you. So I do see a move towards more and more artists to either brand themselves or they're giving alley-oops to younger designers, you know what I'm saying, to urban wear and things that people write off of IG. You know what I'm saying? The young thotties of the IG realm, they are utilizing their fame to bring fortune to other people who are collaborating and hiring them as urban models in that unique setting. And I think that's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's them utilizing that platform for the best of its abilities. And that's them utilizing the eyeballs that are on them, you know what I'm saying, for the best possible thing. That's what this shit is there for. Like, let's not get it twisted. All right? The thotties are not on IG for you to tell them about the 7 kingdoms that ruled Africa. That's not what they're there for. All right? They're there because they're attracting eyeballs based on, whatever people are showing up for, and they got to pitch them. So if they're going to pitch, God damn it, I want to see them pitching a designer out of Atlanta. I want to see them pitching a designer out of Harlem before I see them pitching a motherfucking designer out of Italy. That's just what it is. And I'm glad to see that these sisters are taking that approach and that opportunity to help and support their community, all right? And their community don't necessarily have to exist of what you consider community to be of. It could just be a online social community. It could be people that, you know what I'm saying, gravitate to what it is that they fuck with and fuck with them, all right? But look, if any of y'all IG models out there want to advertise some of this paranormal, slide up in the DM, and I'm going to send them boxes out.
Oh, man. Leave your contact info, brother, so they can get at
Blue
you.
Pillar 44 on IG. Okay. Paranormal.com, mypowerpieces.com, Soul Gold Biz, SOLEGOLDBIZ.com, Law 44. All right, we on February 13th, it's the 44th day of the year.
44th day, right, okay.
We celebrating it. We need to do a post-Super Bowl show. You know what I'm saying? Because so much has transpired from that event right there. But I'll say that for another episode. All right? Shout out to all of my goddesses that woke up wanting to be goddesses this morning because of Beyonce. Hey, it's a beautiful thing, man. Whatever gets you there, let's get there. Oh, ShastaMedicine.com. I really, really hope that we get a separate opportunity to talk about depression in our community. And I'm not talking about the conscious community. I'm talking about our collective global community, us as people, what it is that we're going through and how we're dealing with it versus how we're not dealing with it. I came from a funeral last week of a 24-year-old who committed suicide. And this brother had a 3-hour plus, procession. And you know what I mean? I don't know what the name for the shit is that they do for funerals. 3-hour plus, and it was packed. When I say wall to wall, it was sweltering packed in there. So his popularity was crazy. Like, people loved this person. Loved them. You feel me? But whatever he was struggling with, he couldn't convey it to all of those people. You could have millions, thousands and thousands of millions of people, you know what I'm saying, that's following you, this, you know, on your wave or what have you, and none of them could be hearing you. You know what I'm saying? And also on this day, it's a celebration and an anniversary of our brother Kanye West. Last year, he released The Life of Pablo. And I'm a Kanye West fan, so it's disheartening for me to see, you know, a year out, here we are, and this brother's virtually lost off the scene. The Grammys was yesterday. You know, this is when he show up and do his thing. We not seeing Ye. No one's talking about him. The fans have seemed to forgot about him. Even if he got zapped with the elephant juice, we don't discard our own. Again, we're talking brand loyalty here. You know what I'm saying? Our brother's a corporation, so we're talking corporate loyalty. As a fan, I'm loyal to that brand to an extent to say, yo, I don't just enjoy him as an entertainer. I'm concerned with him as a person. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like disheartened that the fans have abandoned this brother. So I wish that brother well. I wish that we get an update on how he's doing. Shit, I hope, you know, like, yeah, like if somebody knows that brother, reach out directly so we could get him some ayahuasca or something, you know what I mean, to get his head right, you know what I mean? Because we need that. We need Ye in the world. We need his voice. I miss his rants. You know what I'm saying? We need another moment in the Matrix. For real, though. All right? Peace. And hands off Oakley. All right? Look. That's what I'm saying. Like, where's that? Niggas supposed to shut down Madison Square Garden. Yeah. I ain't going to the Garden no more. I be damned. They lost one. Like, I'm not going up in there supporting them, and they not supporting the legends. Like, James Dolan didn't give me no fucking memories. Charles Oakley did. You know, the Knicks were, again, disheartening disappointment for me growing up. Like, I'm a New Yorker to the fucking bone gristle. Okay? I didn't miss no Knicks games when they came on. I just wanted to see my Knicks win. Ewan always fucked it up. Oakley always held him down. This nigga couldn't make layups, man.
Finger roll layup.
Tall, lanky nigga with no layup in him. Jamaican nigga with no rhythm. I'd have rather seen Shaba dressed up. What is going on? So, Oakley for the moments, for the memories, okay, the moments that he gave us in the Matrix, okay, I'm forever indebted to that. So I will never, you won't see me in Madison Square Garden. If you do, though, I will be up in that bitch protesting at the same time. All right? Peace.
This has been another moment in the Matrix. We started out, family. Peace. Peace, family. This brother Rich from UGR, urging all my viewers and subscribers to help support the channel by donating just $1 to the UGR PayPal account. We appreciate the viewership and support, and we understand the power of $1. If you benefit in any way, shape, or form, we ask that you donate $1, whether it be monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or yearly, so that we can build our brand to compete with the NBCs, the MTVs, and the Foxes of the world. I figure since Kanye could ask Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion, I can ask my subscribers to donate $1 so I could make the best possible content possible. The main objective of this channel is to inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. So hopefully throughout the years of you watching this program, you have been inspired to become the greatest version of yourself. If you
A few red apples falling from the same tree. They're all wondering why one skin is green. 'Cause I can't put no coins in your cup. 'Cause I'm still trying to work my way up. And never meant to show you no love. But this can't be about you. This can't be about you. You gotta let me go. Gotta let the bird flow. Make it fast, not slow. It's the path I chose. Feel it in my soul. And I'm so thankful. Oh, 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 oh. You gotta let me go. Gotta let the bird flow. Make it fast, not slow. It's the path I chose. Feel it in my soul. And I'm so thankful. Oh, 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 oh. I'm here by the skin of my teeth. And you can't keep tugging my sleeve. What I make we can eat. This just can't be about about you. This can't be about you. You gotta let me go. Gotta let this bird flow. Make it fast, not slow.